Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Minute, where we're throwing strikes, getting likes, hitting dingers, getting listeners. Back again with another episode for you. This is number 25 in a row, I believe. 25 or 26, maybe 26. But we have done a daily Brewers podcast. Yes, we are your only daily Milwaukee Brewers podcast on the internet right now. Every morning at 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, we upload a new video. So fresh videos every day, talking Brewers baseball, enjoying what we love to talk about. And like I said, this is just a conversation, guys. We're just having fun, having a conversation, talking about news and notes and different things that come up throughout. So we're going to continue to do this every day. I'm going to continue to come at you. We're going to have a lot of fun. So, and we got a couple different ideas along the way, a couple different things. You saw Dario on today's episode. The Butcher will always have his episodes, and then we mix in people as we go. So new guests all the time. That being said, we are on Google, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, YouTube's, Overcast, you name it, we're there for podcasts. You look it up on your favorite podcast platform, you're gonna find us. So I made an effort to check all the boxes and cover every platform so we can be found in a lot more places nowadays. I actually just updated this week, so if you hadn't found us on your platform that you used for podcasts before, check back now and see if we're there. That being said, we created a new website this week at millerparkminute.com. So we just updated that. That's got all the latest info, bios. We're going to have some forums where you can message us and that kind of thing. Otherwise, you can use the social platforms, Miller Minute on Twitter, Facebook, the Miller Park Minute, and the Milwaukee Brewers group. You can DM me on Instagram too. I'm on Instagram. A lot of people reaching out right now that want to participate in the podcast. If you have reached out and you haven't heard back from me, feel free to message me again. Sometimes those Twitter DMs get buried with everything I got working on for the podcast. So not that I'm trying to ignore anybody. So feel free to reach out. Having a lot of good conversation with a lot of podcast hosts, and I'm here to kind of help prop up some podcast hosts. Oh, Radio Public, there's another one. See, look, I list them all below. So we have a ton, and we record these every evening. So if you want to come on live, let me know, and I can send you a code to get in. Otherwise, I usually try and post it on Twitter. I don't know that I did that tonight, but oh well. That being said, what else we got for you today? We did start a Patreon. So if you'd like to participate in that, it's just patreon.com/MillerParkMinute. It's basically a service where you can give the creator here a little bit of, it's like a membership, a monthly subscription. If you want to donate, feel free to do that at patreon.com. And it really ranges in price. You can kind of pick your price. I know YouTube is going to have that option here soon. Yeah, they don't pay us a ton for these videos, so that's all that's about. We're just trying to grow the channel a little bit and grow the community. That being said, we also have the Miller Park Minute code for SeatGeek. So if you want to save some money on tickets at SeatGeek, go over and use the code Miller Park Minute, and you get $20 off your first purchase with SeatGeek. So that's pretty awesome. And check out our new website, millerparkminute.com. I think I already mentioned that, but it's just my list of the boxes I check before I go on. We got some cool news in the last 24 hours. Our podcast actually ranks number 235 in the United States, and for baseball related podcasts, 235. So I would say top 300, which is pretty awesome. And then number 13 in the UK. So thank you to those people in the UK, and thank you for each and every one of you who's listened. I appreciate you. That being said, if you want to join the conversation, reach out to me. I would love to have you on. Today, is Bob Euchre's birthday. So happy birthday to Bob Euchre. He probably won't hear this podcast, but hey, we might as well throw it out there, right? Throw it out into the universe, see if it sticks. So the big news story of the day is, as always, MLB released its top 10 right now. You know, I love to talk about this every week. This is one of my favorite things. It's actually one of my favorite shows of the offseason that MLB does. And the reason being is it gives you kind of a thing to look forward to, because you want to see, and over the last few years, we've seen a lot of our players be a part of this top 10 right now thing. Just the other, I mean, I already talked about it. Devin Williams is in the top 10 for relief pitchers, which is awesome. It's good to have that. And so, with that being said, top 10 shortstops is out. So, of course, we're going to talk about our man. Willy Adames is a top 10 shortstop. All right. So, that being said, where is it? I just had it. They also talked about the prospects, but I don't. All right. Top 10 shortstops right now. Number 10 is Wander Franco. Wander Franco. Funny about that is who replaced Willy Adames. So Wander Franco replaced Willy Adames on the Rays, and he's only ranked number 10. Tim Anderson for number 9. Willy Adames comes in number 8 with a 10. Oh gosh, outs above replacement in 22. So out above replacement is a fielding statistic. Tied for 6th amongst all shortstops. And then after Adames was Bichette, Dansby Swanson, Francisco Lindor, Corey Seager, Xander Bogaerts, Carlos Correa. That's funny that Carlos Correa ranks on that, but and Trey Turner. So a lot of those guys found new homes this offseason and made lots of money. And as we've already talked about, they really made a lot of money. These guys made a lot of money. We're talking in the 25 to 26, 27 million dollars a year. So obviously this adds more value, in my opinion, to be ranked this way. It says he's doing something right. He's one of our top guys. And it's good to have. I like that is one of the pieces, and I talked about this with Didario. I talked about this the other night with UK Brew Crew, and I talked about this. I've talked about it a lot in the last week. This is the time of year where everything gets exciting and everything is fun, and it's fun to have a player come out of the top 10 right now. Year after year, I always watch these shows. I watch these countdowns. I watch these things. I roll on MLB Network. Jim Abbott's no-hitter from 1993 is playing right now. Actually, it looks frozen. And it's actually funny because it's frozen on the notable offseason moves for the Brewers. Signed Alex Claudio and Wade Miley. So that's just kind of funny and epic timing all at the same time. But that's the big piece of this. Like, we want stuff to be excited about. We want them to talk about our team. Everybody who is in this podcast space with me is just about having fun talking about the team. When I joined up and teamed up with Brewers Fanatic, who is a great website, you should go check them out. They got forums and all kinds of stuff, chat, whatever you want to do. It's about the community aspect of it. It's about the having conversations and just enjoying the game. And, you see a guy wearing a Brewers hat and you say, oh, Brewers fan, yeah, and that's what this all is about. That's what the everyday part of baseball fandom is. Playing it, talking about it, participating in fantasy. I am going to be starting up a fantasy baseball. If you want to get in on that, look for the message on Facebook. It'll be up on the group page. We did have a McCalvy video, I guess. It wasn't really a letter. But in this video, he talked about kind of what I've been kind of trying to comb through, and what me and Butcher have been combing through. Butcher's kind of been breaking down, and we've been talking about the roster, and we're kind of trying to figure out where everybody's going to slot in. You know, who's going to be the man left in the minors? You know, is it going to be a Bryce String? Is it going to be a small, Abraham Toro? Where are the options play, and where? And I talked about that in the Keston video that's on brewerfanatic.com. I said, where does Keston rank in this whole thing, and why haven't we cut the fat yet? And there's plenty of off season left. We've got spring training coming up, and I think that's a move that they have to make, or that they're going to make at this juncture. So I think we're there. I just don't know exactly what it is. And that's really what he talked about. Rookies, where are the rookies going to fall in? There was a nice little piece, and they're doing this thing, Dream Champions, where a player picks his dream champion, and then they tell the story. So obviously with Council just did one. It was his dad. It was really fun to see that, because it talks about, just how he grew up with the Milwaukee Brewers. His dad worked for the team and everything like that. It's just the same as all the time. We've heard that story a bunch, but there was also one with Luis Urias, and Luis Urias talked about, well, he could go to school or play baseball because he was born in Mexico, and he chose baseball, and he loves it, and he wants to do it the rest of his life. And that's fun because his brother plays baseball. He's a Baltimore Oriole. We've talked about that before. So along the lines of prospects, I will mention it. 2 of the Brewers prospects make the top 10. Sal Frelick is coming in at number 8, and Jackson Chourio is number 3. Now, there's been a lot of hype around Jackson. Jackson is an outfielder. He played at the Timber Rattlers last year, so A-ball. He got moved up to Double-A. Right? Yeah, he got moved up to Double-A. And Frelick is like right on the cusp. So Frelick is more likely to be seen. I don't think we'll see Chourio. I don't think they need to push that right now. Jackson Chourio was a breakout prospect for the 2022 season, and James Wood of the Nationals was right there with him. Drew Jones, D-backs, number 2 overall prospect in July, has the best chance of all of these guys, and maybe among all prospects, to have at least plus tools across the board. So that's saying something. Top tools. Frelick, hitting. Frelick has so much hitting ability as a college player from 2021 draft as he has since turning pro. He's batting .331 in 154 games, including .365 in 46 AAA contests last year. He repeatedly barrels all types of pitching, and his compact left-handed swing and his plus speed allows him to turn ground balls into hits. That's exciting. That's good to hear. Okay, so power is Walker, run is Carroll, arm is Walker, fielding Crow Strong. I'm only reading the ones for our team, so I'm not going to waste all of our time reading about Corbin Carroll. Is supposed to be really amazing. Chourio. Okay. Humblest beginning. So that's one of the categories. This looks like this just ranks off a bunch of categories. Humblest beginning. There are no truly humble beginnings on this list, which includes 8 first-round picks, a second-rounder who got first-round money, and a 7-figure international signing. The average $4.08 million in cash bonus with Chourio was the low man at $1.8 million, as the top prospect in the Brewers 2021 international class. Yeah, that's basically all they got. I mean, they kind of covered a couple points for each guy. We have a guy in the top 10. We have 4 in the top 100. That's Churio, Frelick, Mitchell, and oh my god, I lost it. I so lost it. That's terrible. I'm sorry. That totally slipped away from me. So yeah, that being said, it's prospects, man. I can't get too excited yet. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll be excited for these players. But a lot of conversation this week about the Hall of Fame. We are actually going to be doing so these are some upcoming segments. We're going to be doing a Hall of Fame discussion. And I'm working on getting a couple different personalities together on that show. So if you want to send me your thoughts on Ryan Braun, jersey retirement ceremony, and Hall of Fame candidacy, and you can do them as one thought, kind of combine them as one thing, or talk about them as two separate things. Whether his numbers should go now, and I'm not talking the Wall of Fame. I'm talking about putting his number up in the rafters for his contributions to the team. So give me if you want to give me your thoughts on that, and then if you want to give me your thoughts on his Hall of Fame candidacy, which is going to happen in 2025. I know we're looking a couple of years into the future for that, but I think it'd just be a fun discussion to have since we're not watching real baseball yet. So if you want to send me a tweet, send me an audio message, video, whatever you got, send it my way. We're going to do a show on this in the coming week where we talk about Ryan Braun's Hall of Fame candidacy and then whether he should have his number retired. And we're also going to bring up Jim Gantner and kind of say our piece and what you think on Jim Gantner being a retired number for the Brewers. Obviously not a Hall of Famer, but whether he should have his number retired for our Milwaukee Brewers. And then, of course, any other Walk of Fame type stuff, Wall of Fame, there's obviously Braun's going to be on that. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun didn't get a statue outside the stadium. I think that's like a given. I mean, they're going to do stuff to memorialize Braun over the next few years. I think it's just so short from his playing career that we haven't seen it yet. So we're set to have some discussions. There's going to be some discussions, some roundtables, some debates. I already talked about the prediction special. We're going to make that a special one. We're going to bring on different people. Anderson's official. He's excited to come play. There was some video on that if you want to watch that. I don't share these videos on my timeline because of the fact that copyright. We already got nailed for it once this season. I'm not going down again on that aspect of they're hanging me on that one. Okay, I gotta look. I gotta find out the name I missed. I'm gonna be so mad when I see it too. Oh, that's the same article. So top 100. I said there's 4 of them. I missed some of them, and I am going to go back and check. Check. Show full list. Churio, I got Frelick. Scrolling. I have to have a gaff every episode, otherwise it's just not the same. Joey Weimer. I forgot Weimer. There's always a gaff in every episode. I miss something. I misspeak. If you see it, tweet it to me. Tweet it to me what I miss every episode. We talked about Sal. We talked about Bob's birthday. Um, yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but over these last couple of days, I've talked to a lot of these guys, or last 2 weeks, whatever it's been. I've talked to a lot of these guys from the radio stations, the broadcast team, and these guys who are around the club. You heard it in Dario's voice yesterday, just the excitement. This guy's only been here for the winning seasons. UK Brew Crew was only been a fan for the winning and the good season so far, 7-8 years for both of them. And the level of excitement, maybe it's that we get tainted because we've been around this team so long and we watched a lot of unsuccessful years. But to me, it really says a lot to hear the excitement in these guys' voices and brings more excitement back in me. And obviously doing what I do here and talking to you guys every day, more and more excitement comes across the board. I can't contain it some days, and some days I might just be spitting at the microphone, but I'm having fun, and that's what this is about. It's about having a good time talking baseball. Did you guys catch this was the humorous part, and it was a good part of what Dario said, and it was just kind of like slipped in and sly. He said that Wade Miley brings a box of wine on the plane and see who can drink the box of wine the fastest. Or several, maybe. I think it was several. I think he said one, but I'm sure it was several. And I was like, that's awesome. That's like a cool thing to, as a Wisconsin player, that's a cool thing to do. Not drinking the wine, but just the funniness of it. Like they're legit having a competition to see who can drink the wine the fastest. It just made me laugh. I don't know why. I did start to see that we're getting out, and I'm gonna put this out there because so like me, I'm sure there are a lot of you who go to these Northwest League teams and a lot of these smaller clubs that are independent ball type of baseball. We're starting to see those schedules roll out, and it's really awesome. Now, I want to point this out because I have to laugh. This is my local team, the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders here in Fond du Lac, posted their video of what they got coming, or their clips or pictures and video of what they got coming for stuff. And I'm like, oh my Lord, these promotions are cool. Now this is a team that plays 50, maybe 50, 40 games a summer from May to like early September. They have 4 bobbleheads this season. Kind of all local guys, but still 4. Like, that's super cool. And then, of course, there's the Weaver. Do I have a Weaver? Let's drop this guy, Weaver. Oh my Lord, I'm just dropping stuff. But yeah, so like, it's kind of sad that we don't have as many bobbleheads. I know, and I know there's a lot of bobblehead people out there, and I'm still sad about that. And I'm still looking for that Willy Adames Santa. So if you got one of those and you want to get rid of it, let me know. Comment down below, please. Be like, I got you, Willy, or DM me, maybe. But yeah, it's just kind of sad that we don't have all those promotions. I was looking at the promotional schedule the other day, and I was like, gosh. And then the Padres are giving away, and I think we are too, the City Connect jersey. They're giving away 5 or 6 different bobbleheads. I mean, they got a lot of stars though, so maybe we've done all of our stars. I mean, we've got Burns, Peralta, Woody, Willie. It's Kane. No, that's not from last year. But anyways, I think we should, less throwbacks, more current players. It's my piece on that. This is the exact thing that happens when you do a daily podcast and you talk about everything. There is a scandal out there right now, and I don't know much about it because I haven't seen a lot of details. But there's some investigation into Mike Clevenger, who is former San Diego Padre, uh, something with domestic abuse of children. I don't know exactly what that means or what's going on, so I won't comment too further on it. The A's swung a trade today for Cole Irvin, or I traded him to Baltimore, I should say. Dana Brown was named the Astros GM. So you know that there was a lot of turmoil with the cheating scandal and everything like that. People were suspended. So they got a new GM over there now. We talked about the top 10 baseball or shortstops right now. Shortstop is really the power position in this game. So, of course, you're going to see that kind of thing happen where these guys get all the big money, all the big money. There's lots of talks right now, especially with the Angels. Basically, the Monroe family is basically saying that they're not gonna sell the Angels. So there's talks of whether Shohei Ohtani is going to be extended. They've already speculated that he's going to make $500 million, and that kind of makes sense because he's a dual purpose player. He's not just your best hitter; he's going to be one of your best pitchers. Shohei Ohtani has come over here and done everything he's tried to do, wanted to do. He's pitching at a high level. He's still hitting at a high level. The only reason he didn't have a better WAR last year than Aaron Judge is he literally has a pitcher and a hitter, so the WAR is combined. Um, that being said, that's kind of an interesting thing. That's a new, never seen in baseball. I look forward to. I don't know if the Angels are coming here. I didn't look at the schedule. I'd have to look at that this summer or not. But I'm really looking forward to that. That's one of the topics that's um, up there on my bucket list of players to see just pitch and hit. Just because that's the most unique thing. Um, Yeah, even a Michael Lorenzen. It'd be cool to see Michael Lorenzen come into a game and then go out of a game. You know what I mean? I just think that's our hit. Yeah, and here's the non-roster invitees for the Brewers. Okay, so this is an article by our good friend Adam McCalvey, Sal Frelick, Joey Weaver, Brian Narvato, Robert Gasser, Robert Stock, a right-handed pitcher. Saigo Vieira, he's a right-handed pitcher. Josh Van Meter, Claudio, Tavis Pinone, and Eddie Alvarez. And we did DFA. I don't know if I got this out in a video or not. I think I might have mentioned it in one, but we did DFA John Singleton, so he will not be making the club. I don't know if anybody's picked him up or he will not be competing for a major league position anyways. I don't know if anybody's picked him up. I think he was kind of a safety net pick. Like he wasn't necessarily going to be a guy, but just in case we didn't get a bunch of other guys, which we did get, we got a bunch of infielders and a bunch of position players. I think he was going to be an option for a first baseman. So, yeah, I think that's about all we got today, guys. Um, look forward to a live episode. I think we're going to be trying to do something tomorrow evening, this evening, I guess, Friday evening. So look for that. I'm going to try and do something live if I have the time to do so. Watch this top 10 right now. Hear about these shortstops because that's good. That's good stuff. Go back if you haven't seen Dario. Go watch Dario. Dario, Dom, and Tim were really good in reviews. Bart was good. Bart Winkler is going to be back in the next coming week or so here. Maybe Tim. We'll see. I don't know. We're always trying to add new people and have different conversation because that's what we want to be about. We don't want to be about the same conversation every day. I don't want to just spit at you from behind this microphone in front of this camera every day. I want to have something different. I want to add to the thing. That's why we've got Butcher. That's That's why we've had all these interviews, and that's why I do what I do every day. So, with that being said, this is the Miller Park Minute, the only Daily Brewers podcast. Don't listen to what the other guys say. We are the only Daily Brewers podcast coming at you at 5:30 a.m. Central Time on Twitter. We are Twitter. I send the link to Twitter, so I guess I could say Twitter. But on YouTube, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. So anywhere you get your pods, we are there. And I really appreciate you guys for supporting me, for being a part of this ride, for listening to my rants and rambles. And I'd love to hear yours. So let me know if you got something, guys. Otherwise, thank you for watching. And as always, go Brewers.
Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. Go Brewers.